Hey guys, it's Savannah here, and today we're going to be talking about my MEPS experience. So first things first, social security card and ID. I cannot stress you enough how important those two things are during your entire MEPS experience. They're going to ask you for it when you first go inside because you're going to have to go through security. It's fairly easy. You're just going to go through this monitor. It's going to be like the airport, but they're not going to pat you down and everything unless they absolutely have to. I saw one kid get that done, and they did the whole scanning thing on him, and they made him take off his shoes. Other than that, you shouldn't have to take off your shoes. Jacket, yes, I had to take off my jacket, but they let me put it right back on. As soon as I was done, that was like the first thing that they gave me back. But oddly enough, giving me my jacket back after I got through security, the next day at MEPS, the second day, because I was there for 2 days, I couldn't have my jacket, so that was kind of a bit weird. But I guess it's for people like to bring fake urine with them and other things to help them pass the physical and the medical tests and everything. But it's don't do anything that's going to jeopardize your chances of getting in, that you would have to bring fake urine or anything else, because why are you coming to MEPS, or why are you going into the military if you're going to have to do that every time? Because I know from what I've heard is that you're going to have random urinalysis throughout your career inside of the military. So it's unless you're about to buy 100 bottles of freaking fake urine, do not recommend that. But if you're about to do that, then it's still a no-go, because you're gonna get caught at some point. But that's on you. It's your life. Another thing is, don't bring any weapons when you come to MEPS. I know it seems like that's just basic knowledge, but there was somebody that brought a pocket knife when I went, and before I got through, I saw, they took the pocket knife from him, and he wasn't aware that you weren't supposed to have that. That was a crucial weapon not to have. Usually there's other types of weapons that they specifically say not to have, but pocket knife was something that's just borderline, read between the lines. But yeah, just don't bring any weapons with you. I know people were joking about oh my gosh, I have a comb in my bag, what if it's so sharp that they take that as a weapon? And it's okay, yeah, you can joke around about stuff, whatever, but you gotta remember this stuff is for your safety. He got to go through, but it's just, he had the pocket knife, and I believe they confiscated it from him. I'm not actually sure if he got it back when he left MEPS, but oh well, at least he got to go through, and he's continuing his career in the military. Another thing is don't wear any explicit undergarments. I know my recruiter told me this, but a young lady, I'm guessing her recruiter didn't tell her specifically no explicit undergarments, because she was wearing some extremely explicit undergarments, and she had to go to her branch because they have offices inside of MEPS with each different branch, and she had to go there and she had to get pair of undergarments from hers, and they were we're not sure if they're gonna be boy or girl undergarments, but she got blessed and she got girl ones, so it's good for her. And she still got to go through with everything, so, and she passed and all that, so that's good. But another thing is, you're gonna get your blood drawn. It goes by quick. She put a little band on my arm, maybe smack it a few to find the vein, and then she stuck it in, took the blood, took it out, and it went by extremely quick. I didn't even realize needle was actually even in there. So nothing to be scared of. I know they do ask you if you get nauseous or faint, then you should tell them ahead of time. And I know that one of them, they have you drink some water and sit down, or if it's really, really crucial, then I think they have you lay down on the ground. But when I was there, everybody was pretty good and it was fine. Now, when we did the physical test, when it's where the girls and the boys are separated, because everything throughout is you're kind of just sitting around and you're mixed with the boys and the girls, but they made the girls go first on everything, so that if you're a lady, then that's something good that you get to have. But the part where we were separated, apparently I guess the boys were individually separated, but the girls, we were in a group because there was only 5 of us, so I mean, just made it go by quicker. Nothing to be embarrassed about. It was actually pretty funny the little exercises we had to do and everything. And I know one, we had to have our socks off, and the entire time, and I was just why do we have to have our socks off? And then I got the nickname Socky because I kept wanting to put my socks back on. So it's just they're easygoing, they're pretty fun to be around and everything. You get the ones that are serious, but they're not harsh or rude to you or anything like that. They're really nice people, and It's just like, as long as you're respectful, like, don't be disrespectful to them. Like, that's just a given. But another thing is that it's gonna be freezing cold in there unless you wear long sleeves. They make you take your jacket off, like I said before. So I did the thing of not wearing a jacket because I thought we'd be able to have a jacket. And I will know that next time I go to MEPS, because I will have to go again before I leave for boot camp, not to wear a jacket. Possibly wear long sleeves. Anyways, it's gonna be fall, like winter time when I go, so I will definitely be wearing long sleeves under a jacket. But it's just to make sure that you didn't bring anything with you in there, like the figure, like I was saying, inside your jacket or something. But it was like, and then like the water they had us drink was freezing cold. So if you had to like, if you couldn't use the bathroom yet for your urinalysis, they made you drink water. And it's like, the water was freezing cold. Like, I was like shaking, and it's like other people were shaking because of how cold it was. But it's like, you'll get through it. It's at least you know, like, huh, you can take that cold weather, because I'm pretty sure they had that AC blasting, and supposedly it's to weed out the weak, you know, the ones that are going to complain about it. Like, you can complain later on after you leave and go home, but I mean, looking back on it now, it's kind of like good that they had it like that, because for Navy, boot camp is somewhere extremely cold, so that's pretty good that they got you prepared for that. Other branches, I know there's some places that have boot camp where it's like warm. So, but at least you still have it for that cold climate. If you're going to be somewhere where it's cold, or when you get like deployed and everything, if you're somewhere where it's cold, at least you had that little day of freezing. But another thing is, make sure you get some sleep. Like, you go from MEPS on the first day and take the ASVAB test. I'll talk about that in another video. And you take a shuttle to the hotel that they're gonna have right by MEPS. Depending on which one you go to, is either a hotel or a motel. And you don't have to pay for it, and they give you a free dinner, they give you free breakfast, and they give you a lunch the next day at MEPS. The breakfast, however, was at the hotel. But it was, I didn't get any sleep, so I was extremely sleep deprived, and I just got this rush of energy for some reason at around like 2:30 in the morning, even though I was just in my hotel room with my roommate. You're gonna get a roommate. And like, there was a few people I think I didn't have a roommate because of like the odd numbers, you know. But I went for a run on the treadmill down in the, like, the gym, like the hotel. And I remember in the middle of my run, I guess I must have been like dozing off, because next thing you know, I like trip and I like dive into the part where you're supposed to be holding on to. Like, I didn't go flying off, but like I dove into it, and I was really happy that nobody was there to see that. But so that kind of like woke me up a bit. I did look around because I was like, watch my misfortune that somebody saw that. But nobody did. And you know, breakfast, I tell you to eat a hearty breakfast, because you're not going to be eating until lunchtime, which their lunchtime is after you're done with everything on the second day of MEPS. Almost everything. Let me say 3/4 of everything, because there's another fourth that's like later on after you have lunch. So you get through all of that in a day and everything. Check your blood pressure, do blood draw, check your vision, your hearing, like all of that. You know, the stuff, just the physicality, you know, just all that stuff and everything. Then you have lunch, and then it's like a survey. I like did a job survey, talking about my job in another video, because I'm super excited about the job that I got. And I'll also be talking about swearing in another video. But it's kind of like, some of the stuff is just basic knowledge, you know, just stay calm and collected. It goes by pretty quick, quicker than you think it is. You know, it kind of seems like it might be like drawing out and everything, but like the time it is from the time when it started, you're gonna be like, wow, I thought it was like way later on in the day than what it was. A lot of it's sitting around, so I mean, you can talk a bit. Like, I don't know if they just let us girls talk, because there's only 5 of us, and the whole like make it like comfortable thing, you know, sometimes you like to talk to somebody to make sure you're comfortable and everything, so maybe that's why. And then like the females that worked with us were like talkative and stuff like that, so especially one of them, she's hilarious. So hopefully get blessed with like someone that's like really funny and stuff, like talkative, and not like someone that's like stern, like straight face, and you're just like scared, you know. The guys kind of did a little bit of talking or whatever, but they were mostly staring at us talking, so I feel like they weren't exactly fully allowed to talk, or they just too scared to talk, and we were just mingling around between us girls. But you know, the MEPS was a really fun experience on my part. Like, besides being cold, it was really, really fun. Like, you have a lot of pleasant people, and like people there that actually want to help you, and it's not like they're just forced to help you, you know. So you tell these people really love their jobs. You know, I would just say wear a long sleeve shirt. If I give it advice, long sleeve shirt when you go, depending on where your MEPS is at, because maybe you live somewhere where it's really hot and they're going to be hot inside, but they'll probably have the AC on. So. Long sleeve shirt, social security card, and ID. Can't stress that enough. Social security card and ID. If you remember 2 things, social security card and ID. And no weapons, no explicit undergarments, and just try to relax and enjoy the time while you're there, because it is a great experience to have like under your belt, to be able to like, I got through MEPS, so that's pretty fun, and you meet some really cool people and everything. So my experience at MEPS to finalize everything was fantastic, and hope your guys are too, or maybe you're just watching because you want to know about MEPS. But stay tuned for the next videos I have. The next 2 videos coming up are going to be about the ASVAB test, what I did to study, prepare, and what I used, and my job and swearing in. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you have any questions, I'll be doing a Q&A video pretty soon, and subscribe for videos in the future. Thank you.